We're into the second week of Folklorama, which means 26 new pavilions have opened their doors, each one ready to take visitors on a journey around the world. Among the perennial favorites this week is the Israeli Pavilion, also known as Shalom Square, located at 123 Doncaster Street on the Asper Jewish Community Campus. Since nearly the beginning of Folklorama back in the early 1970s, the Sarah Sommer Chai Folk Ensemble has been a cornerstone of the Israeli Pavilion's entertainment. With more than 40 dancers, singers, and musicians, Chai not only captivated Winnipeg audiences, but has also represented Jewish culture on stages across the globe. Their performances are a vibrant celebration of the rich and diverse Jewish diaspora. Dynamic, high energy, and polished, Chai shows continue to be a crowd favorite, an uplifting tribute to multiculturalism and pluralism in Canada. And joining me here in the Classic 107 studio to talk about Chai's performances this week at Shalom Square, I am joined by Jesse Popetsky and Sarah Sommer, the co-artistic directors of Chai. Hello to you both. So great to have you here.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
Okay, Sarah, just to clear up confusion, the group is not named after you. Can you talk about the history of Chai and how did you get started and how the group got started? And can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. The group was actually founded by my grandmother almost 61 years ago now. Her name was Sarah Sommer. And so after her untimely passing, the group took on her name to kind of in memorial or to honor her. And I am also named after her. So that's how we have the same name. A lot of people get that confused too. I've been told I look a lot younger than they thought I would be, given the age of the ensemble. But yeah, so she began this group in the 60s. It started off just as a very small group of 8 young dancers that would rehearse in her basement to a record player. And since then, we've grown and developed with live music and performed on much larger stages and travel. And we are what we are today because of that.
Mm-hmm. And Jesse, when did you start playing in the group? Can you talk about how you started out in the group and how you rose to become a co-artistic director?
Sure. I joined the group about 10 years ago and started just as a guitar player, a young guitar player, just looking for opportunities to play. And through connections in the Jewish community, it was David Bamus at the time who was playing piano and singing in the group and was a director of the group. He brought me into the fold, and gradually I took on more roles in the music department as a music director, as the director of the band, and then took on directing with Sarah a few years ago.
Fantastic. Okay, Chai just celebrated 60 years as a group. It's a major milestone. There was a concert last year at the Club Regent Event Center where alumni were invited back to perform on stage with current members of the group. What struck you both when talking to Chai alumni and their memories of the group? What stands out in your mind? Jesse, maybe I'll start with you.
I mean, for me, it was, as I said, I was band director for several years, and that meant going through all the old music that Chai had done, and because sometimes we'd perform these older numbers, as we're going to do some of them this year in Folklorama. And for me, it was putting all these faces of various generations from the early 2000s to the late 80s to beyond, putting these faces to the names that I'd seen on all these handwritten scores for 60 years of music. Yeah. So that was very cool.
And Sarah, how about you?
For me, it was really amazing to see, like Jesse said, all these different generations of Chai come together. But the fact that we all had in common this immense passion and joy and love for the art and for our culture and community, and the way that Chai just is like this thread that kind of like united us all together. It was almost like one big family reunion, it felt like.
Mm-hmm. I was on the Chai website when I was prepping for the interview, and there was a little video there talking about the 50 years of Chai, and one of the people that they had on was an old music director, and he said the group just completely changed his life. Is it the same for the both of you, just sort of this whole sense of community?
Yeah, absolutely. and in unexpected ways. Being a director now, an artistic director, I'm doing things I never thought I would do, thinking about costumes and lighting and the overall show, which David Vamus, before I was in the group, he had this vision of what the group should present and thought about all these facets. And I was very focused on the music at the time, but have since expanded to think about these things.
You both joined the group as musicians. Sarah, you as a singer, and Jesse, you as a guitar player. Are you, with what's happening on stage with the dancers, does it give you any kind of energy? Like, is there any kind of unspoken communication that happens during performance?
I think every facet of Chai is special on their own. And throughout the year, we mostly rehearse separately. The band will rehearse on their own to prepare the music, as will the singers, as will the dancers. But there's like a certain kind of magic that happens in those few weeks leading up to the big shows where we all put everything together for the first time. And we get to kind of like preview and see what the other ensemble members have been working on, and like no matter what area you work in, like I always find people, myself included, like just like staring in awe or listening in awe to what these other people are doing, because we have so many talented people, professionals, they're volunteers but professional quality, I should say, in the ensemble, and it's amazing to see their quality of work come together.
One of the things about Chai is the focus is not only about Israel. There's a focus on Jewish cultures throughout the diaspora. Can you talk us about some of the cultures that Chai draws inspiration from, both in the music and the dancing?
Sure. We're going to do some Yiddish related numbers. Alla Breeder is a favorite that we've done for a long time, and it is paired with a instrumental, a piece of klezmer music, and then we have a separate piece of klezmer music that was choreographed by our own current dance director, her first piece of choreography. And what's very cool about that is that it's a pure band feature. It has dancing, but it has a couple band members, including myself, on the stage being danced around. So you're asking about interaction with the dancers. Here they are literally inches away from me dancing, and it's a full band feature. So that's one aspect.
Yeah, I would say something that is really special about Israeli culture, both Israeli culture and the Jewish diaspora, is the many cultural influences that we do have, just because of our history as a people, the way that we have kind of been scattered to all corners of the earth for various reasons. And you have Jewish communities living in Argentina, and you have Jewish communities living in Ethiopia, and in Morocco, and in Yemen, and in Eastern Europe, as Jesse was mentioning with the klezmer music. So because of that history, we get these beautiful influences in the culture and in the music and in the dance, where you get kind of these different flavors from all of these different parts of the world, and that really is representative of our culture as a whole. So Jesse mentioned the klezmer piece. We have pieces specifically in our shows this week representing Yemenite Jewish tradition and Moroccan Jewish tradition, as well as many, many others as well. Those are just a few to mention.
And for you as co-artistic directors, why is that so important for you to reflect the wide variety of Jewish cultures?
I think that our music and dance is a way to tell our stories. So we want to be authentic to the stories of our people and of our culture, and to just be authentic to who we are as a whole. Like because our culture is representative of so many different cultural aspects, we want to make sure that we're including as much as we can.
I'm going to ask the question to both of you. What do you hope audiences will take away, not only from the performance of Chai, but from the pavilion in general? Jesse, maybe I'll start with you.
Well, I hope they enjoy a great show and a great meal, and I hope they feel like they've learned something with what Sarah's talked about the history and the cultures, and maybe found something that they want to explore further, get to know more about. That's something they may take away.
And Sarah, how about you?
Yeah, I think just making like pure, authentic connections with people. Like we're all, wherever we come from, we're all human, and we all have things to celebrate and to share. And I'm hoping that they'll find some beauty or some inspiration through our culture and kind of generate that mutual understanding between people.
Mm-hmm. Jesse and Sarah, this has been really great having you both back in studio. All the best this upcoming week for Folklorama. I hope the shows are all sold out. Chai always puts on a world-class show. Thanks for taking the time to stop by and talk to me today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.